Welcome, I'm your host, Logan 193. You're joining me for the Rake and Recluse, Chapter 6. Francine. Gideon's eyes look even fiercer in the moonlight. Miss Francine, was there something about my instructions you failed to understand? No, Did I not make it perfectly clear that you were to remain in your room until suitable arrangements could be made? I've been trapped for so long. I just thought... You just thought what? You just thought you would streak madly through the labyrinth you've never seen, in the dead of night, laughing like a madwoman the entire way. Is that what you thought? I should apologize to him. If you'd let me speak, I could apologize. He looks stunned. Apologize? Yes, despite what you may think, I'm not a complete barbarian. You somehow end up in the middle of the hedge maze. An ornate marble fountain gurgles merrily nearby. I just needed some fresh air. You say I'm not your prisoner, but for all intents and purposes I am. I can't leave my room. I can't speak freely. And my captor can't even look me in the eye without insisting I maintain his antiquated standards of propriety. Gideon stares at you like he can't decide whether to yell or apologize. He gazes into the depths of the fountain like it holds the key to the universe. I apologize. I have not seen to your well-being. Miss Lily has kept me apprised of your recovery, but as my guest you should have received my personal attention. You meet your eyes. There's something in those eyes, anger and annoyance, but beneath that fear, longing and pain. I have done nothing but berate you since you appeared on the road. I wish to change that now. Clears his throat and takes a deep breath and asks, how do you find yourself, Miss Francine? He's tense, legs spread, hands clasped behind his back, shoulders rigid. He looks like he's facing down an army rather than a super confused time traveler. I wanted to fuse this weird tension, but how? I'll introduce myself properly and tell him I'm grateful for his hospitality. Explain why I'm running around like a crazy person. No, let's move on. I'm grateful. Despite how I've been acting, I do appreciate everything you've done for me. He's done better by me than some of my previous foster homes. I hope one day to repay the favor. He nods graciously. Now that the tension has broken, you take the chance to look him over. The way his hair curls a bit at the ends, or the muscles of his thighs strain the fabric of his trousers. You want to smell his hair. Rest your cheek against it and float your fingers across the skin. His down, girl. I need a cold shower or a dip in the fountain. I really needed to behave myself. You seat yourself on the edge of the fountain and smile up at Gideon. Your horse is incredible, by the way. Is it a Frisian? Indeed. 17 hands. That's part of the reason I ran out here tonight, you know. I saw you early on that black horse, and you look so free. I wanted to feel the same way. You sigh. The freedom of flying across the earth on the back of a horse. That grace and sure-footedness at breakneck paces is the closest I've ever come to feeling at peace. My head is never clear, my nerves never calmer, and my mind never more unbound than when I ride. It was the only thing that kept me sane in that job. Gideon is staring at you in wonder. What is it? Did I say something wrong? Not at all. It's just... I've never met a woman who shares my view so completely. Most people cannot begin to fathom what kind of freedom feels like. Freedom from the life you've restricted to, from the skin of your being. You meet your eyes, and there's a sizzle of tension. But then he jumps up, and that cold, familiar gaze returns. He keeps his eyes, your unkempt dress, flowing hair, and bare toes with sudden disdain. You should not uncover yourself in such a familiar manner. It is hardly appropriate behavior for a lady. Not this again. You are infuriating, Paradox, Miss Francine. By all outward appearances, you are well-bred and well-learned. You should have had the proper studies in comportment and manner, but you seem to have misplaced them. He looks at your bare toes, his jaw clenches. Wait. Because she's not wearing shoes, you're upset? Okay. You don't seem to have morals. This is getting ridiculous. How have I offended him, though? Well, when we found you, your manner of dress was that which would befit a lady. You were clean, your hair was made properly, your corset was such as you could not have dressed yourself. In all my distress, you managed to notice my corset. I noticed because I had to remove it to allow you to breathe. I should ask if he liked the view. Oh! That would make him flustered, wouldn't it? Why not? Swing your feet out of the fountain, stare at your bare toes wet against the gravel. But for all your talk of propriety, your actions betray you. Do you think I don't notice the way you look at me, and I'm the one without morals? You approach him boldly. He takes a step back. I don't have anywhere else to go. I barely even know where I am. I don't want to leave. But if you can't stand to have me here, then send me off, and I'll make my own way. I am no wilting flower, Your Grace. I am quite capable of taking care of myself. Gideon's indifference fades as quickly as it came. He lowers himself onto the fountain ledge, looking miserable and conflicted. You are right, of course, and I have not the slightest interest in sending you away. His words make you hold your breath. As if in trance, he raises his hand to gently trace your forehead. Your heart pounds as his fingertips graze the frame of your jaw. Ask what he's doing. You find your throat has gone dry, your stomach flutters with desire. But you have to ask, What are you doing? Gideon quickly retracts his hand and crosses his arms. Is that a blush I detect? Miss Lily tells me that your garments will be arriving soon, so I guess we'll be ignoring that little moment. But until then, I must insist for your safety and out of common decency that you keep to your room as much as possible. If anyone were to see you, your reputation would be ruined, which would be a great shame because you will obviously make a fine wife someday. Did he seriously just say that? How? I don't see how that could be offensive. Looking at someone going, you will make someone, happy or, a fine wife. I don't know. Flattering. It's an old-fashioned compliment, but a compliment nonetheless. Thank you, Your Grace. For? For everything. For helping me, for clothing me, for letting me stay here. I will repay you. Somehow. I learned a long time ago that nothing comes for free. You will not. What I give freely. And I cannot simply ignore your needs, not while we still don't know whom you belong. To whom I belong? Yes, your father or guardian. His eyes fall to your hands again. Perhaps even a husband. You don't register his words, nor his slight tone of jealousy, but you're too busy swelling with fury. Give him the feminist smackdown. Oh man, I'll tell you. Let it go. It was a completely different era. Jesus. You frown, but say nothing. Your Grace. You span around to find a very distressed-looking young man. What is it, Daniel? It's Lily, Your Grace. She... Gideon growls with impatience. Yes, what about her? She's been attacked. Shock hits you like a Mack truck. What? How? Daniel looks about guiltily. She went off looking for you, Miss Francine. She thought perhaps you'd run away, gone back to where you were first found. There's a miserable churning in your stomach. What are you saying, Daniel? Lily was found in the very same spot where you first rescued Miss Francine, Your Grace. You and Gideon exchange horrified looks. Where is she now? We've put her in her room. I've called for the doctor. Good man. Francine, if you would return to your room, I will see to... Absolutely not. I beg your pardon? I did this to her. She went out there because of me. The truth of it brings tears to your eyes. She's my friend. I'm going to go to Lily immediately. You set your jaw with determination. I need to see her. Gideon stares at you for a long moment. He seems to sense your resolve. Very well. Daniel, lead the way. Lily's room is much simpler than any of the other rooms you've seen in the manor so far. Dr. Walcott leans over a still form on the bed. Lily is covered with so many linens that in her stillness they resemble a death shroud. Oh, Lily. She is a ghostly pale, covered in dirt, hair tangled with branches, but that's the least of it. Through the linens you can see bloody gashes crisscross her face. Doctor, what is your assessment? What happened? Doctor adjusts his glasses, looking mournful. Her injuries are severe. Your Grace, we won't know until she wakes. Why won't the doctor meet Gideon's eye? He's hiding something. I should coax the information out. And what else, Doctor? I beg your pardon? You said the head injury alone could be damaging, which implies there's something worse you're afraid to say. Answer her, Dr. Walcott. Walcott's eyes dart to Daniel, who's hovering in the corner. It seems clear to me that Lily has been violated in a most brutal fashion. You feel sick. Gideon has gone pale, and Daniel flees the room. I fear her recovery may be more emotional than physical. Gideon shakes his head, his expression grim. You say this happened in my woods? So I'm told, Your Grace. We'll have to wait for Lily to get further details. I'm awake. Her voice is thin, croaky, her eyes barely visible through her cracked eyelids. He rushed to her side, kneeling next to the bed. You take her hands in yours. Lily, I'm so sorry. I never should have left my room. I was being selfish and foolish and... Lily shakes her head against the pillows. I was foolish, Francine. Wanted to go on an adventure. Gideon moves to stand behind you. He puts a warm hand on your shoulder and squeezes. There is no place for blame with either one of you. The culprit is one who should suffer. He turns to Lily, his eyes swimming with pain. Is there anything you can tell us about your attacker? The slightest detail could help us apprehend him. And hang him from a goddamn tree. Tears spring to Lily's eyes. I cannot recall a face, Your Grace, but there was one thing he said. Yes. Lily's next words cause your heart to drop to the pit of your stomach. He said, you're not her, but you'll do. And he's a piece of shit. Oh. I have no words. Come back from a break and we're hit with this. Oh man. It's just like I can't. I could sit here and call him the attacker words all day long. There's just sometimes you don't have words to sum up what a piece of work it is. Anyway, so far I'm liking this story because it covers a varying topic of, how life once was 100 years ago and how everything else was. So I kind of like it. With that being said, remember to like, share, and subscribe. If you do subscribe, make sure to hit that bell. And without further ado, head down the description below. Links to social media, Discord, and a few links to support me and my content. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.